All right, man. Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of the Winner's Diet Show. I am your host, Mac Solomon, aka Project Mac. Welcome back. Happy first of the month. Happy Sunday. Man, first of the month, man. First of the month. This is it's a new start, man. Everything you did last month, it don't mean shit now. Now it's a new beginning, a fresh restart if you must. So I hope you guys are still going forward and sticking to your goals that you made in January and going forward. But man, we missed Friday because Friday had a lot of things going on, but obviously, we got to make it up Sunday. So we here. Excuse me, we here. And man, it's good to be back on the air, man. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting on all socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, of course. And I don't think are we on Twitter? We're on Twitter, but we're not really posting on Twitter as we should. But whatever. Maybe we'll get back on there at some point. But yeah, man. But shout out to you guys for continuously showing support. It's much appreciated. Yes, your man got the new cut, man, fresh cut. You feel me? Something different. So it's me stepping into a new era, man. I'm stepping into a new era of my life. Um, a new era that I feel like the braids had to go. The high top had to go. So I'm stepping into a new era where you know it's more clean cut, professional, more mature. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at now, and I'm good with that, man. I'm happy to kind of just be given a new look. I haven't had a hair I haven't had hair like this in about 4 years, by the way. So this is my first time having my hair this short in about 4 years, which is crazy to think about, But um, the new year, man, new year, new me, for real. Literally, new year, new me. So I had to make some changes and come correct. But so far I'm liking it, man. I don't miss the braids at all. I don't miss the long hair. I don't miss the upkeep. So this is way better for me going forward. I'm happy to finally have some hair that's short and easy to keep up with. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to some of these chats. I see you guys rolling in here, by the way. Shout out to Jace Clay. What's going on? Shout out to Simba the cat. What's going on? Welcome, you guys. Welcome to the Winner's Diet Show. We appreciate you guys. If you guys have not already, if you guys are stuck, don't know where to go as far as fat loss and building strength, make sure you guys go ahead and get my free 7-day fat loss guide, available now. It's free, completely free of charge. Just head to winnersdietclub.com and pick that up, or hit that link in my chat. um but yeah, man, let's get to it. Shout out to Simba the cat. I'm new here. Okay. Yeah, man. So we're a fitness show, but we talk about everything, as far as life and goals and things of that nature. So, welcome to the show, man. We appreciate your support. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get straight to it, man. We got a good show lined up for you guys today. I appreciate the sub, man. I appreciate the sub. Thank you so much. All right. Anyway, man, we got a good show lined up for you guys today, man. Today, we got a bunch of topics that we're going over, but obviously, we have our three segments. The first one, the Fit Report, reporting on fitness news, things happening in the fitness industry, fitness world. So giving my thoughts on that. And then we have the What the Fitness segment, reacting to viral, trendy videos on fitness or winner's diet focused content. And then we have the main event, man, the main topic of the day. We'll be talking about how don't let marketing fool you. Read the food label. So just breaking down the importance of food labels. So we'll be breaking that down towards the end of the show. So make sure you guys stick around towards the 45 to 50-minute mark for the main event, or go ahead and watch the playback. All right. All right, man. But without further ado, let's get straight to it. The first article that we got here is from the New York Post. Okay, so we got the first article. We have Ray J in the news here. So this article says, "What is a black heart? The condition Ray J says may kill him next year." So Ray J is fighting for his life after being told his heart is on the line, and has seemingly told fans he expects to die next year. This is black. This is like done. The 45-year-old R&B singer said in an Instagram live stream on Tuesday, pointing to his chest, "2027 is definitely a wrap for me." The sexy can-I artist blamed his health issues on heavy substance use, admitting, "I fucked up." Okay, that's Ray J there with the ashy knuckles. "I thought I was big, so I could handle all the alcohol, I could handle all the Adderall, I could handle all the drugs, but I couldn't," he admitted. "It curved my time here." The grim update from Ray J, whose real name is William Raymond Norwood Jr., comes on the heels of news earlier this month that he'd been hospitalized with a severe case of pneumonia after experiencing heart pains. "My heart only beats 25%, the One Wish hitmaker said in another Instagram video after returning home over the weekend, adding in the caption that he just almost died. Let me read this last bit here. What is a black heart? A heart issue turning black is most commonly linked to alka alkapatonuria, a rare genetic metabolic disorder in which the body can't break down homogenistic acid." Okay. So, this is the cost, you guys. This is the cost. Hello, Kevin Enriquez. What's up? What's going on? What's going on? But guys, this is the cost of not taking care of your body, right? And I always speak on this. I always say this, man. If you want longevity in this lifetime, you have you have to treat your body like you care about it, right? You have to treat your body like it is worth $1 billion. Protect your $1 billion investment, right? But so many times, man, we see so many people in their early 20s, they're out here partying, drinking, doing drugs, doing God knows what. And that's fine, right? You can do that. But to what extent? To what extent do you is too much, right? And you got to think, Ray J's been in the entertainment industry since what, the mid 90s. So, I mean, he's been around it. He's probably partaken in a lot of things early on in his teenage years, maybe in his early 20s. So, and it doesn't get better, man. It doesn't get better unless you want it to get better. So, fast forward 30 years, bro. This is the outcome, unfortunately. Now, do I think he's going to die next year? I don't think so. I think he has enough money and resources to not let this happen. I think he's just doing this for promo because Ray J's been kind of acting a damn fool his whole career. But um, again, to even get to this point, man, you have to have done serious damage to your body, and that starts from you doing it young, right, in your early 20s, right, as your body's still trying to um put itself together and know itself. Like, your body really isn't developed until your mid 20s, mid to late 20s, I would say. Mainly for men, especially. Like most men, You don't really start getting into your man body until your mid to late 20s. So throughout that time, your body is still developing. So anything that you do, man, is very critical. Anything that you do can set it back and cause issues because it's still fresh. It's still, learning itself. It's still trying to develop into what it wants to develop into. So, you abusing it with drugs and alcohol and other substances, this is gonna delay your body's development um drastically. So let this be a wake-up call, man, to anybody that is, young right now, or um in that stage where your body is still trying to learn itself. Take care of your body, man. Treat your body like it is $1 billion investment. We got one body only, man. God gave us one body out here. What you do with it is your business. And I'm not trying to be, religious, but at the same time, I do believe in a higher, a higher spirit, or just a higher authority. But God gave us one body, and what you choose to do with that body is either going to make or break your future. So it's very important that you treat it like you love it, care about it, and want to see it to operate at the highest level possible. So um, it is what it is, man. I hope he gets better. I hope he doesn't pass away. Ray J is definitely a staple in this culture, but there are consequences to your actions, and he's now seeing that. So unfortunately, all right, man. Let's move on to the next article. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to everybody in here. If you guys have any fitness questions, I can answer them in between the articles. So please feel free to let me know if you have any fitness questions relative to your goals, or, you know, where you are in your fitness journey. So please let me know, and I can answer them in between the articles. All right. All right, here we go. Here's the second article here. We have research finds over 65% of today's gym attendees are more passionate about photo sessions than actual workouts. Research conducted by the Physical Activity for Health Research Center in the UK over a 6-month period between July and December 2025 has found that more than 65% of today's gym attendees are more invested in taking photos and videos than in completing structured workouts during their gym sessions. The study focused on gym going adults aged 21 to 38, a group that accounted for the largest share of gym membership and active attendance during the research period. According to the findings, gym visits are increasingly split between physical exercise and phone based activity, including selfies, mirror videos, progress shots, and short clips meant for social media. Many respondents admitted to spending notable portions of their gym time adjusting lighting, choosing angles, reviewing footage, or posting content online. In several cases, workouts were interrupted or shortened to accommodate photo sessions. The research identified three main motivations behind this behavior. Some gym goers said they take photos to track their personal fitness progress, using images as visual records of body changes and consistency over time. Others said their content is meant to motivate or influence friends and followers, especially those starting their own fitness journeys. However, the largest group acknowledged that gym photos are mainly taken for social sharing, serving as proof of an active, disciplined, or aspirational fitness life on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and WhatsApp. Let's read this last bit here. Researchers also observed that the design of modern gyms play a major role in the trend. Gyms with floor to ceiling mirrors, natural lighting, skyline views, and stylish interiors recorded higher levels of phone use compared to traditional facilities. Okay. So there you have it. Um, there you have it. We got a message here from Fat Boy Pat. Love the new haircut. I'm definitely trying to sign up as soon for your guide. Keep up the great topics. I mean, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. It's a new look. New year, new me. Had to change it up one time for the one time, but I'm enjoying it, man. So appreciate it. But anyway, back to this article. Um, yeah, man, it's interesting, man. It's very interesting. Um, and you see this a lot with people in private gyms, social media driven influencer gyms. This is basically what you're gonna see. Very rarely are you gonna see people in there working out to get better and improve themselves. Yeah, you'll have a sector of people in there working out to, you know, um, get fit and and work on their goals. But a majority of the time, man, you're gonna see a lot of people in there just in there for social media clout. Because I've been in these gyms, man, for years, bro. Like, so this is nothing new to me. Um, I've seen this. I've been around it for the last decade. Ever since fitness influencers even became a thing, because you got to realize fitness influencers were not around 10 years ago. They didn't really start coming around until like 2017, 2016, 2017. That's kind of when, you know, the fitness influencers started kind of popping up. Um, as far as on social media, right? You always had guys on YouTube, but it didn't cross over to social media until around like 2016, really 2017. So that's kind of when you started to see a lot of the big fitness people start popping up and crossing over into the social media aspect of things. And I will say, man, it did, I don't want to say ruined it, but it did kind of kill the gym culture to a certain degree. Um and look, I've been one to bring my tripod in the gym and film for content, because I am a content creator when it comes to fitness, fitness content. But there's also people in there to be fitness clowns, right? Making skits and things of that nature. And it's just like, look, I get it, man. I'm not gonna judge nobody. Everybody has to have their thing where they have to get their views off or get their content off. But at the same time, there should always be a level of gym, like, how do I say this? There should be a level of gym etiquette and respect for the culture of the gym, to the point where you don't bring that type of goofiness in the gym. People doing fitness skits and trying to just do goofy shit for their content. It's just like, do that somewhere else, not on the floor, not where people are trying to work out. Like, you're trying to use the machine and somebody's on there filming a whole goofy skit with for their followers, and it's just, it doesn't help the gym culture. you know um it doesn't help why people are even there to begin with. So I'm never going to advocate for people to disrespect the culture of the gym to get off their content. You can be in there doing your content, but still there has to be a level of respect there, and I don't think that people have that. um yeah, man. Fat Boy Pat says, doing everything but what they are there for. That's why I've recently built my own gym in my house. Yeah, man. Look, and I get it, man. A lot of people don't want to see that stuff, because you got girls in there taking selfies, hogging up machines, and just kind of just like distracting people, and I get it. Like, having your own gym kind of like kind of takes you away from that. But for me, I like being around people. I like interacting with people. I like to network to a certain degree, not the whole gym session, but I just like making connections. But um it is what it is, man. I will say this though: if you don't like the aspect of the fitness influencer type, like, don't go to those gyms. Don't go to the gyms where it is heavily fitness influencers and fitness, trainers making skits and making content that kind of distracts you. Like, just don't go to those private smaller gyms. Go to the commercial gyms. So every gym, like I said before, because I did talk about this before, commercial gyms and private gyms have benefits and they have cons, right? When it comes to the commercial gyms like a 24-hour fitness or LA Fitness or Crunch, they're not very um recording friendly. Like, they don't like people in there recording too much. Depending on where you are, but just commercial gyms don't really like people in there with their phones out. I go to a higher end gym in San Francisco, they allow zero recording. So they don't want you having your phones out. They don't want you recording nothing. So it's one of those gyms where they don't want that type of energy in there. So, when it comes to commercial gyms, that will be a benefit if you like that. If you like the anonymity and, being able to just work out by yourself and not have to feel like you're in somebody's video, then I would suggest go to a commercial gym. But if you're a guy that likes to take his shirt off, if you're a guy that likes to bring his phone out and record and make, fitness content, then a private smaller gym, it might be more up your alley. But there's pros and cons to both. Me personally, it just depends where I'm at. Um, I like doing both, right? I like having a gym where I go, make content at, and then I like having a gym where I like to go and be away from that buffoonery because I can only take so much of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Um, do what's best for you, but I will say that gym culture of the content creation, it's not going nowhere. As long as there's Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, it's not going nowhere, man. So either get used to it or find a new gym. All right, let's move on to the next article. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, please. Hit that subscribe button. Yes, indeed. We're making good progress here on this lovely, lovely Sunday evening. All right, let's move on. What we got here? We got the next article here. All right. So this post says the average woman spends over a full day each week thinking about food. Studies indicate that individuals spend between 1 and 2 hours each day thinking about food. This includes planning meals, looking forward to eating, deciding what to have, and responding to hunger signals. Over the course of a week, this amounts to an entire day or more dedicated just to thoughts about food. This is not an obsession. It is a conscious process of making decisions. Food involves more than nutrition. It encompasses timing, emotional state, cost, health considerations, and personal taste, all combined into repeated daily choices. So, if you feel mentally drained before you even begin to eat, that fatigue may not come from the food itself. It may come from the cognitive effort of constantly deciding. Interesting, interesting. Um, yeah, man. I know I'm in there. I mean, I think about food a lot, man. You know, I think about food damn near every hour on the hour. You know what I mean? And it's just part of my lifestyle, man, because I am a someone that is heavily focused on my health. So and this is one thing about being able to stay in shape, man, is that you have to be two steps ahead, right? You have to constantly be thinking ahead. So when we talk about meal planning, when we talk about workouts, when we talk about just planning your days ahead, like this all plays a role to you being in shape, right? The people that fail to plan, the people that fail to put together their meals for that week, that fail to put together their workouts for that week, they usually don't end up hitting their goals. And in order to hit your goals, you have to be planned out. Like In order to hit your goals, you have to have everything planned out. You got to be 2 steps ahead. It can't just be on the fly the day of. No, no, no. It has to be a couple days before. You have to know what you're going to eat. You have to know what you're going to work out that day. You got to know what you're going to, like everything just has to be planned out. And the most successful people I know, they have their days planned out. They know what exactly they're going to do every hour on the hour. Um, and this is why they're in the position that they're in. So I always make a point to plan everything out. I meal prep every Sunday night. I know exactly what I'm gonna work on as far as workouts for that week. So there's no guessing. So this just helps me be in control of, you know, um, my routine. It helps me be in control of my maintenance. It helps me be in control of my overall body. Because that's the only thing that you can control, man. Like 2 things you control: your attitude and your effort. You know, and that's one thing my coach always used to preach to me, man. So I always carried that with me throughout my adulthood, and it works. It works, man. You have to be well thought out. Everything has to be planned out, and you'll see the outcome of that, of you being, of you planning ahead. Because if you don't plan to win, you plan to fail. Is very simple. If you don't plan to win, you plan to fail. So I'm not in the business of failing anything. So um I'm always 2 steps ahead of everything. So, that's just how I've always been. It's how I've always operated. And that's just what it is, man. You know, it's just what it is. You got to be 2 steps ahead of the game, man. Everybody that you see whose lives are in complete shambles, they don't plan ahead. They're just thinking of the now. They're in the moment, and then they wonder why they're in the situation that they're in. They wonder why they get the results that they get. They're not calculated, So it just comes down to, man, like what exactly do you really want? Do you want to be a mediocre person? Do you want to live in mediocrity, or do you want to be on the level of excellence and you know um success? So I'm always in the I'm always gonna choose success over everything. I don't know about y'all, but I'm always choose success. I'm always gonna choose me doing the hard shit first, even if it hurts in the moment. Like, that's okay, because I know on the other side there's a bigger, better deal. So it is what it is. We got another one by Fat Boy Pat. Not gonna lie, I had that problem. My diet is mostly fruit and vegetation now. I never heard that word before. Vegetation, interesting. No meat really. I'm down 20 pounds, but I'll be lying if I say it's hard. Is there a reason why you're not eating meat, or is it just because is that your lifestyle? Like, what exactly is your goal here, bro? I'm curious. All right. I think that is it for the Fit Report segment. We appreciate you guys. Let's move on to What the Fitness, the segment What the Fitness, where we are reacting to viral, trendy videos. Oh, he said, I'm doing a plant-based diet mostly. Okay, plant-based, okay. Um, all right, hey man, if it works for you, man. I mean, you're down 20 pounds, so I'm just gonna assume it's working. You know what I mean? So shout out to you. But like, do you plan on going back to meat, or are you gonna just stay in that plant-based diet the whole way through? Because most of the people that I know that went vegan or went, plant-based or vegetarian, they eventually ended up going back to eating meat. So, and these were hardcore vegans that I never expected to transition back to meat. So if they could do it, I mean, shit, anybody can do it, really. All right, man. Let's move on to the first article or first video rather in what the fitness. What do we got here? All right, we got a guy here. He says we need to stop listening to fat people. All right, let's take a look at what this guy has to say.
Might sound harsh to say, but fat people are not allowed to have an opinion. You're a walking representation of your actions. And when I can look at you and immediately know that you make bad choices, I don't want to hear your opinion. This might sound harsh to say, but fat people are not allowed to have an opinion. You're a walking representation of your actions. And when I can look at you and immediately know that you make bad choices, I don't want to hear your opinion.
I hate to say it, man, but he's right. And look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have an opinion. Look, this is a free country. Say what you want to say. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, I just gotta say, like, if you're fat, um, don't be surprised if people don't want to hear your opinion. I just gotta say it. Everybody is not always going to listen to what you have to say because your bad decisions, your bad decisions are basically screaming at them while you're talking, and it's distracting to the point where they can't even focus on what you're saying because they're just looking at this person that has zero self-control. And it is what it is, man. Look, um if I'm giving my opinion on something, right? Mainly if I'm talking shit to people. If I'm talking shit to people and I'm broke or I'm fat, and people know that I'm broke or fat, it's going to be used against me. Cuz it's like, okay, here's this guy talking shit. He's fat, he's broke. Who does he think he is to have an opinion on me? You should look in the mirror and fix the two main deficiencies that you currently have right now before you start running your mouth and talking shit. And that's a valid point. So I don't like when fat people try to criticize me. Typically, because it's just like, bro, you have way bigger things that you need to worry about. Why are you talking shit to me? Why are you giving your opinion on me when you clearly are a walking red flag? You are a walking contradiction, telling me what I need to improve on when I don't know if you looked in the mirror recently, but I mean, come on, man. So yeah, man, I definitely agree. If you're a fat man, you can't talk shit. I'm sorry, because like I said before in a past live stream, that's going to be the first thing that people use to insult you. So it is what it is. That's going to be the first thing that they use to insult you. And I had a post proving this where it was a basketball game. I think it was the Rockets. I forgot who they were playing, but it was a fan talking shit to Kevin Durant, and the fan was clearly overweight. He was clearly obese. And the first thing that Kevin Durant said, "You fat motherfucker." That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And I was just like, see, that's the first thing that they're going to use against you, which is why talking shit as a fat person is a no-no. Because that's the first thing they're going to say to you. They're going to call that out because it's an easy layup at that point. No pun intended. It's an easy layup. It is what it is, man. You know, so don't talk shit if you're fat. Don't talk shit if you're broke. Um, you know, I'm not saying don't have an opinion, but man, look, don't be surprised when people use your deficiencies against you. It is what it is. You know, if you don't want people saying this, then don't talk shit. Don't criticize people when you clearly have a lot of work to do on your own life. I don't talk shit about people that got more money than me. It's kind of obvious why, right? It's I think that's the logical thing to do. Why would I talk shit on someone that has more money than me? Come on, man. It doesn't make sense. I'm not in that tax bracket. I don't know what goes on in that tax bracket. So when I see people that are fat talking shit about fitness people, talking about how, oh, they only eat salads and what they're doing is unhealthy. This is not a good way to live life. Really? Seriously? Man, maybe man, yeah. Well, but you have people that will say things like this, right? And then they get mad when people kind of call them out and say what it really is about them. And they have every right to do that. They have every right to do that. You know, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, please. So don't get mad about the outcome when you are the one that threw the stones first. Don't cry wolf now. Don't cry foul now. Don't cry, oh, they're bullying me. No, 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 no. You started it. Oh man. Fat Boy Pat says, I have no horse in this race. I was overweight once upon a time. The difference is I'm doing something about it. LOL. Fat is one thing, lazy is another. Absolutely, man. It's one thing to be fat, but if you are making an effort to lose the weight, then that speaks volumes. Another one, he says, I think it's more of the tone, but he's absolutely right. It's a deeper message, basically show and prove you can't give out advice if you don't take it yourself. Absolutely, man. It's a lot of folks out here just giving out advice that they don't practice, man. And I see this a lot, especially with like dating coaches on YouTube, dating coaches on Instagram talking about, they have all the answers. You know what I mean? They just have all the answers. But if you look at these people's backgrounds, if you deep dive in their personal life, you will see that it is just as chaotic as the people that they are giving advice to. Which is why whenever I see these relationship gurus, bro, I'm like, listen, man, if you haven't been married 25 plus years, I don't want to hear a damn thing about what you got to say about anybody's relationship. You know what I mean? Because at this point, you're just out here trying to get a check. You're out here trying to get followers and clout, man. And like, and they can say things, they could talk a good game, right? They talk a great game. They know exactly what to say, how to say it. You know what I mean? And they're great speakers and communicators, but at the same time, it doesn't negate the fact that their lives are just as chaotic as the people who they're giving advice to. So it is what it is. All right, man. Let's move on to the second video here in What the Fitness. Shout out to everybody in here. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All right, here we go. Let me refresh the video real quick. 1 second. 1 second. All right, here we go. So this video says, you're locked in when you try fast food and it kills your stomach. Let's take a look. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, man. Guys, this is the correct way to eat, man. This is how you eat. Um, this is how you're supposed to eat. Okay. And one thing that people will not tell you about um, when you finally start to eat a well balanced, nutritious, high protein diet is that your taste buds will change. Your taste buds will change along the way, meaning that the fast food, the processed food, the high sugar, all that stuff that you used to eat, it's not going to resonate in your body the same way. Your body is not going to break it down the same way because now it is used to you having high functioning foods like a high protein meal, like macronutrients, you know? So when your body starts to get used to you eating like how humans should really be eating, it's going to reject a lot of the bad stuff that you used to eat, and that's part of you changing up your diet. And you're going to notice that food that you used to eat, snacks and, all the bullshit foods, it's not going to taste the same. Your taste buds are going to reset, you know, and it's just going to be a different experience when you start to um, treat food better, right? When you start to prioritize high protein meals and prioritize macronutrients, real food, um, it's going to be a different experience when you're starting to, eat different foods. In fact, you won't even want fast food anymore. You won't even want these foods that you used to love to eat. You know, it won't be, because one thing about protein, the greatest thing or the best thing about protein that no one talks about is that when you consume a lot of protein, high protein meals, right? Not only do your cravings go down, but your taste buds reset. And it's going to reset to the meals that you are currently putting in your body. Complex carbohydrates, uh meat, healthy fats, vegetables. Your body is going to crave more of these things. So the more of the food that you put in your body that is good for you, right, the macronutrients, the more your body is going to crave it. Which is why I always encourage people, man, just start eating high protein meals as much as you can. If you feel like you can't put down the refined sugars and the processed foods and the fatty foods, man, just start one day at a time. Start with a high protein breakfast. Get used to that for a week, then move on to a high protein lunch, then go to a high protein dinner. Over time, your body's going to reject all the bullshit that you've been eating. It's just science, man. It's just science. It's just how our bodies work. Our bodies have to acclimate to what we are feeding it. And that's how you beat your sugar cravings. That's how you beat the fast food cravings, long term. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But if you stay consistent with a high protein meal, if you stay consistent with prioritizing macronutrients, over time, your body is going to crave more of these things. So it's just how it is, man. So just start one day at a time, and over time, man, it will see you will see things in your favor. Uh, yeah, like up the live stream if you're stopping here in Good Facts. Yeah, man, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Please, guys, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. Um, you don't feel heavier or feel like the meal drains you. When I was eating unhealthy, I didn't feel like myself. That gluten was taking a hold of me, my body, and mood. Yeah, man. And I always say that food will dictate your mood, right? Not only does it dictate how your body looks, your body composition, but it does dictate your mood and how you feel. And a lot of people wonder why they feel so sluggish. Why do I feel so sluggish? Why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so lethargic? Man, look at your diet. Look at your diet. Look at what you're feeding your body. That might play a role in what you're feeling or, you know, how your mood is. Plays a big role. So everything starts with your gut, man. What you feed your gut is going to dictate how you feel on the outside, right? It starts with the inside, feeding your gut, and everything else is gonna dictate how you feel on the outside, how you look, how you feel, how you go about your day, you know? So all these things are very important, man. Don't take these things for granted because most people do. All right. I think we got one more video here before we get to the main topic of the day. All right, here's the last one here. All right, we got a rapper here. He says, "Pray for me on my journey." This is finesse 2 times, 21 days, fruit and water. And someone says, a motherfucker ain't serious about losing weight when they put this shit on. All right, so he's okay. So we got a guy. He's on his fitness journey. Finesse 2 times. He's in the typical sweatsuit that people wear when they're trying to lose weight, which I don't understand why they do it, man. It's unnecessary. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's just unnecessary. Okay, that's funny. Um, And here's the thing too, man. When it comes to people that are very performative, when it comes to losing weight, they'll put on the sweatsuit, they'll document the journey, day one, day two, day three. Um, in my experience as a fitness coach for the last 10 years, when you see people put on a performative effort on social media about their fitness journey, right? Usually these people are the quickest ones to fall off. They got about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks of consistency before they burn out, man. And 9 times out of 10, it's because they're doing too much too fast. And two, they're doing it for the validation and not because they need to get the weight off themselves. So when you're doing things for yourself, man, there's no need to document anything. There's no need to put anything online. There's no need to document your journey for people. Do it for yourself, because now it's kind of like you live by the sword, die by the sword, right? And what happens when you document your journey of, day one, day two, whatever, now there's expectation from people on social media. Now you're putting more pressure on yourself to be consistent when that's not what you need. You don't need any more pressure. This is a slow race, right? You need to do this for yourself. So you're not in competition with anybody. You're not on anybody's schedule. You're gonna get there when you get there. So I always recommend, man, when you're on a fitness journey, whether that be fat loss, weight loss, muscle building, man, don't document anything. Stay off social media. Don't tell anybody that you're doing this. Just put the work in silently. Yes, it's going to be a lonely process. If you can have somebody in your corner that's with you, that's supportive, that's great. But do not go on social media documenting your fitness journey. That is the worst thing you can do because you're putting more unnecessary pressure on yourself that you don't even realize because people are watching you. They're expecting you to continue to post every day. Oh man, damn, he ain't showing up in about a week. Where is he at? So don't put any more pressure on yourself, man. Do it for you. Don't do it for validation. Don't do it for the gram. Do it because you know you need to do it. So if I could give any advice to anybody, do it for yourself and stop going on these retarded ass fruit and water fast, man. It does nothing for you. Please, please stop going on these fruit and vegetable detoxes, 10-day detox, 14-day detoxes. Please, it's pointless. You're gonna gain the weight back anyway. Please just do it the natural way, eating a calorie deficit, prioritize your protein, but please stop with these lose weight fast schemes and hacks. Please, it is unnecessary, is a waste of time. um and you're gonna relapse on the weight anyway, so it's a temporary fix. It does absolutely nothing for you long term. So please, guys, stop with these lose weight fast fix hacks and whatever the case is. Please just do it the right way, do it the natural way, and you'll see the results long term. All right, man, let's get to some of these more chats before we get to the main event. Bench some damn weights or go to some cardio. Yeah, man, hit the weights, man. Please stop with the all cardio, all fruit and vegetable fast, man. Just hit some weights, just do some push-ups, hit some squats. You're gonna be all right, man. You know, I'm sure he'll be on the surgery table soon, but to each his own. Yeah, man. That's very common out here for sure. Losing weight, being on a fitness journey shouldn't be performative, especially him putting on that it doesn't seem genuine. It never does, man. And like I said, people want validation so bad. So they have to be performative, they have to put on this character, as motivation, but really you just look goofy in it. That's kind of all it boils down to. You look goofy, so stop doing it for the gram, do it for yourself, and you'll be just fine. All right. We are at the main event. We're at the 50-minute mark. Shout out to everybody in here. Please tap it in. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are at the 50-minute mark of the show. Let's get to the main event. All right, you guys. Today, we're talking about how do not let marketing fool you. Read the food labels. So, this is something that's very common. I spoke on this years ago, a while back, and I said that you guys, companies are not in the business of selling you health, right? Companies are not here to make you healthier. Companies are here to make you money. And one thing that they capitalize off of is you not reading, you not reading shit, right? So they know what to put on the front of the package to get you to buy stuff. And it's been working like crazy, so they'll sell you words like high protein, keto, zero sugar. Um, and these things are designed to lower your guard, not improve your health long term. So it's very important, man, that you guys read the food labels, you know. And the reason why a lot of these front labels are designed to mislead you, is because they know that, excuse me, they know that these things are going to grab your attention. They know that these things are going to be the first thing that you see. So things like high protein, but in reality, it's still high in sugar, it might be high in carbohydrates, might be high in sodium, it might be processed, but they know that people see the word protein and their eyes get big. Oh, so there's protein in it, so it must be healthy, right? It says zero sugar, so it must be healthy. It must be low fat, so it must be healthy. So these are all things that they use to lower people's guards and get them to buy um massive. So what matters, I want you guys to look for on food labels is I want you guys to look at serving sizes. I want you guys to look at protein to calorie ratio. Look at the calories, of course, which is the big thing. Look at the sugars. Look at the ingredients, which is another big thing. Fats and carbs, another big one. So these things are very basic, right? These things are what people typically should be looking at on a day-to-day basis. But again, people don't read. And they know you're not going to read, which is why they try to fool you every single time they so um here's actually a video of a guy kind of breaking the same thing down here. Let me refresh the video. All right, so this guy talks about how we are in a protein epidemic. And we are in a protein epidemic because if you guys have been noticing, the last couple of years, companies now have made a very big effort to start adding in protein to everything. Protein coffees, protein snacks are on the rise. I think they're up a couple 100%. Just everything is protein now. Everything is protein, protein, protein. And I'm all for that. Me, I'm all about a high protein diet, but at the same time, do not get fooled by just the protein. Read the food labels, read what's on the back. That will tell you what exactly is in there, and if you're buying, and what you're buying is either going to be worth it or not. So let's take a look at this video. Here we go.
Guys, we in a protein epidemic. This shit is getting out of hand. So let me give you a step-by-step guide to walk through the grocery store and not get fooled by these fucking companies. I don't know if you guys have seen this at your nearest grocery store that you frequent, but we have another casualty on the protein epidemic list. We got protein Pop-Tarts. Now, you gotta say they gotta have great macros, right? Let's take a look. If you say yes, I hate to tell you, my friend, you are fucking wrong.
400 calories, 10 grams of protein, 67 grams of carbohydrates. This is why it's important for you guys to read the food labels, because what people say is, "Oh man, I love Pop Tarts. It's my favorite snack, but it's not that great for you." But then they come out with a protein Pop Tart, and they'll put in big bold letters 10 grams of protein. And now you're going to be like, "Oh, well, see, there's protein in it, so it must be healthy. Let me go ahead and buy it." But you don't read the back. You don't read the fine print. And this is what they're saying.
400 calories, 11 grams of fat for only 10 grams of protein. But hey, they claim it as protein. They have it written in big letters on the front, and it has more fat than protein. Oh, look. What do we have here? Another protein packed breakfast option.
Another one, cinnamon Cheerios protein, 8 grams of protein. Again, you might look at this and be like, "Hey, man, it has protein in it. It must be healthy," until you read the back.
This will for sure get my gains up. Let's take a look at the macros on the back.
150 calories. Okay.
24 grams of carbs with 12 grams of sugar.
12 grams of sugar. That's not great.
And only 8 grams of protein? Wow. This is a great.
And mind you, people are not just eating one cup of this. They're eating about two bowls of this, you guys. So this will all come out to about 500 calories when it's all said and done, give or take. So you're consuming about what, 30 grams of sugar on top of another 60 grams of carbohydrates with maybe just 16 grams of protein. So it doesn't add up.
Source of protein, especially in the morning. There can't be any other better options for me. Protein waffles, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, buttermilk vanilla. Wow. Would you look at that? 26 grams of carbs, 11 grams of sugar, and only 10 grams of protein?
And how many waffles do you guys think that the average person is going to eat in one sitting? Let me tell you right now, it's not going to be two waffles. It might be 4 to 6. Okay. Based off the average American being overweight and obese, it might be around 4 to 6 waffles. So you can do the math on that.
Hold on. I thought this was a protein branded breakfast option. You're telling me I'm hungry for a snack and they're
Okay, I think you guys get the point here, man. But anyway, man, this just shows you guys a lot of these companies will fool you, man. They'll try to fool you. They'll try to make you impulse buy. They'll try to play off your emotions. And this is just next level. This is just typical marketing, man. This is what they're in the business for. It's not to get you healthy. It's not to get your macros up. It's not to, give you more protein in your diet. No, it's to make money off you. It's to get you to impulse buy because they know you don't read. And this is just the tactic that these companies do, man. So again, the moral of the story here, man, is read the food labels. Do not get fooled by the words that they put in front of you. Always read the back. Always read the fine print. Okay? And everything that he just named and showed you, it's all processed anyway. It's all processed food. So you shouldn't even be eating any of these things anyway. All right, let's get to these chats and let's get up out of here. Where are we doing this at? Fat Boy Pat says certain things on labels are even banned across seas. But welcome to America. Yeah, I talked about that last week, man. Definitely read the small labels. It can save your life, literally. Yeah, a lot of these things that they serve us in America here, man, it's banned overseas. You won't even be able to purchase half of the shit that they sell us here overseas. More than half, really. Protein Pop Tarts. Ain't no way Pop Tarts have never been healthy. Yeah. I mean, they have Pop Tarts, but it's not the same label that they're showing you. It's way healthier, still processed, but the protein, the calorie ratio is still good. But yeah, Pop Tarts have never been healthy. That is a psyop that they use to fool your dumbasses. you know. And last one here, he says, not my type of breakfast. I'll chill with an omelet. Exactly, man. Always make your own food if you can. It's just the best option. And most of these things that they sell you, y'all can make at the house. The pancakes, the waffles. Um, you can figure it out, man. And really, honestly, man, you really should be eating the same thing every day anyway. I eat the same oatmeal every damn morning. I eat the same protein oatmeal. Um, you know, I might make an omelet every now and then, scrambled eggs, but I keep it very simple, man. My breakfasts are very, very patterned, and you know, it just is what it is. It's better for me that way. When I know exactly what I'm gonna eat every day, it just makes everything better. And that's how you get results anyway, right? You don't get results by making a bunch of different food every day. You get better results by just eating the same shit every single day. Every single day, eat the same food. That's it. You can change it up here and there if you get bored, but man, if you want to see the best results, you got to eat the same thing every single damn day. Facts. All right, man. That is it for the night, man. We appreciate you guys for tapping in. Shout out to everybody in here. Um, Damn, great show today, man. Great, great, great show. Yeah, man. So you guys have a great rest of your week. Please follow us on all our socials. Winners Diet Club on Instagram, TikTok. My personal page, Project Mac on Instagram. Shout out to the chat, W chat for sure. We appreciate you, Fat Boy Pat, for the engagement, man. Shout out to everybody else that tuned in as well. We'll see you guys again on Wednesday night. And you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.